Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Show Me Your Stack. Today I'm sitting down with Rob Jones. Rob, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're working on?
Hey Ashley, I've done a lot of things at RP. I am currently the creative director, demand gen lead. I'm working on, updating our brand messaging and narrative for going to market, and it is the hardest thing I've ever done. So,
Gotta love a rebrand, right?
yeah.
They're super fun. Awesome. Well, with that, let's jump in. And what do you have for us at number 5 in your tech stack review?
So love this concept. Number 5, the 5 card draw. This is the river card, fifth favorite. This is super specific to something you'll know about, but Soundtrap. So Soundtrap is incredibly affordable. I think it's like $110 for a whole year, so $10 a month. It is a audio mixing interface similar to like a
hmm
GarageBand. We use it for new tech CEO and music videos. I heard there's super Christmas album 1 or 2 coming out, so Soundtrap's
Right?
got to make the list at number 5.
I love that. And I have not heard GarageBand in a minute. So I love that. I remember when it came out, and I think I was in middle school, maybe high school, and it was like the OG Mac. Like it was on those
Yeah,
colored Mac.
built in, came with it. Yeah,
Yes. And I remember learning like
yeah.
how to mix music on that. So I love that. Okay.
My skill set is about the same now as it was in 7th grade or whatever. I just get to do it for work.
I love that. And I do not believe that. You are so talented. But what do you have for us at number 4?
Number 4, the turn card. This is Slack. So this is a hard exercise. I use Slack for everything. I mean,
hmm
we have it built or integrated with ClickUp to push stuff, notifications in on stuff getting completed, and even putting tasks in so I can just stay in one spot. We have it integrated with HubSpot to see like sales and deals and percent. So I live there. Shame on me, probably as much or more than I live in HubSpot. It's just so easy, and they've made it. I feel like Slack is the easiest tool for being a human in a remote environment consistently.
I agree with you. I don't know how people do not use it. Like, I don't see a world where you can be a remote company without it.
Right.
So,
Or have custom emojis that you make for each person on your team, or have it's
right.
Slack is awesome.
I love it. All right. What do you have for us at number 3?
Number 3, this is the flop, I think.
Yep.
Flop it. Well, yeah, it's number 3, ChatGPT. You can almost put any GPT or LLM in here. I have the paid version. I use it for, man, what do I not use it for? There's this guy, I don't know if you know him. His name's Matt Bolian, who has decided to just use ChatGPT for everything just to see what it has to say and then tell it it's wrong. So I use it for getting a starting point for big ideas. It's shown to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Competent in like research, like
hmm
pulling things a lot quicker, and even giving links or like cited sources for me to go dig deeper. So it doesn't finish anything for me yet. I don't know if it's intended to, but it definitely gives me a good starting like
Right.
advantage quickly.
Right. Okay. I love this comment. Or anytime someone brings ChatGPT up, I have to ask, what's your go-to prompt? Or like, what would be your latest queue?
Oh, man, I can go. I have it pulled up. Hold on.
Because yeah, you brought up Matt. I know Matt has like all these like written algorithms that he has that he prompts with.
Here's 2. One's really funny, I think, and one not as funny. This is in my prompt. Shout
Okay.
out CVP. You're a Hollywood movie producer and director. Generate 10 examples of parody movies where Supered, the HubSpot app partner, solves the problem within the movie. That was really funny, but I was meeting with him trying to figure something out. And then I have like
I
a
love
whole
it.
list of
Giving
prompts over here.
ChatGPT a character. I love it.
We had somebody from our team, Will Smith, built a whole like 15-page PDF on, and this was 2 year whenever ChatGPT was coming into vogue more, but he
hmm
already knew it was more in how you prompt, like so like the better, more specific the prompt, hopefully
Yeah.
the better the output. That is
Right.
most of mine are 5 to 6 sentences in length. So I don't know if that helps, but
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm looking at.
I love that. All right. What's at number 2 for you?
Okay, this is getting into good stuff. there's only five. You know how many tools and tech there is out
Right.
there? So shame on you for not letting me pick 50, I guess. But for me, you'd think I'd lean more like DaVinci Resolve or Adobe or Firefly, which
Yeah.
is true more for the media team. You can spend no money and make some pretty incredible videos, clips, whatever with this, and you can spend $10 a month and basically have a handheld mobile studio with CapCut. CapCut is legit. It's worth the money. Shout out to them if they ever see this. Your customer service team needs a little bit of improvement because the payment of trying to hand them anyway. It's other than that, it's been one of the most useful things to take an idea from inception to like viewable, interactable product
Mm-hmm.
in the shortest amount of time.
All right. I have to
Super
agree with
good.
you on that one too. So, all right. What do you have for us at number one?
Yeah, honorable mentions for really the whole list. Supered is definitely on here. I can't let it be number one and it be it. So Supered makes the honorable list. Maybe if we're playing like five card stud, I don't know.
Okay.
Chili
You're
Piper
swapping
is
cards out here.
yeah, swapping cards. Yeah, Chili Piper is my favorite. This is an interesting non-category, but it's another honorable mention. It's my favorite tool for somebody else to be using. Like I like the calendar interface if I'm the one
Mm-hmm.
booking, so it's my favorite product to interact with. And then Clay is on here, not as the number one, but it's there's so many possibilities with it, and we're really starting to dive into it. HubSpot is number one. Shocker. I mean, I'm whatever. I'm the mayor of inbound. I have to say that, but it
Right,
really is. It's
right.
everything in one spot. I can look at the entire customer relationship journey of somebody that I've met 3 years ago when I started here on a record in one spot. And I mean, it's transformative stuff. All the sales activities and sequences that I am involved in. It's just the most useful, most robust tool on here. Therefore, it definitely accompanies the number one spot.
Yeah, I love it. All right. What do you, what's your up and coming? What are you hearing about in industry that you're excited about?
Well, one of them is a tool that you use, I think. I know Deanna uses this, but Roam looks like
Mm-hmm.
one of the coolest concepts I've seen in a moment. I know it's hard to get Steve Bussey excited about anything, and he seemed pretty floored by the interface and kind of the what they're doing there. It's like a Zoom public
Mm-hmm.
thing. Anyway, I haven't
Yeah,
really.
where are you using it then? You're diving
No,
into
I've
that?
seen it twice, and it's on my up and coming list because it's phenomenal.
Okay, so we're using it, and nobody's brought this up yet, which I'm glad. Like, it is really cool, and I feel like it imitates some of that in office water cooler chat that you missed out. And you can decorate your office. So you have like shelves for like conversational pieces and things like that. So it's almost the human touch of Zoom in
Yeah.
a way. Definitely still in development stage. You can't draw on someone's screen, which is a big miss for me, but it is
Are you an
super
annotator?
user friendly. Yes, I am an annotator. I can't, like, I don't know how to explain where stuff is without it. I feel lost. But I love that you surface that. It is a really cool tool and it's evolving every day. Like, every time
Shout
I
out
log
Rome if you
into
want to
it.
sponsor the
Yes,
podcast. Not my podcast, but like any help you can get.
I love it. All right, what are you working on right now?
I am everything. What I've been working on for the longest time is still the same thing, and that doesn't incorporate necessarily the entire rebrand, but it's
Mm-hmm.
updated messaging and positioning in a market that has changed over the last 3 years for our company. It's really hard to explain to people how you like value that's given through an org. So for our services
Mm-hmm.
company, how do you depict like how do you explain what RevOps is holistically when it touches so many different things and it's a kind
Yeah,
of an abstract, non-standardized concept?
right.
How do you make that resonate with people? So hard. I mean, it's I'm sure there are tons of hard things people can do. This is the hardest thing I've had to do is figure out how to make almost like Eli 5 RevOps with pictures. So that is what I'm currently working on.
I love that. Do you have any advice on choosing a tool stack for your specific role and what you're working on?
I would like some advice about my specific role and what I'm working on. Um, Less is more. So
Mm-hmm.
there's this element of trust, right? That with all of the new stuff that's coming out, I mean, legitimately, we could do this for probably 2 hours and not touch half of the, 20% of the
Right.
tools and stuff that are out there. But get a couple of things that you trust and know incredibly well and build foundationally off of those. Slack, ClickUp for, kind of PMing stuff. HubSpot also. Simplicity is,
Hmm.
I came from the fire service and we use this, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. There's a slowness and sureness of knowing the tools you're working with that creates
Right.
speed and reduces friction. That would be my advice. I still use Google Docs and Sheets for a ton of stuff for ideation and
Yeah,
then plug them in wherever they're supposed to go.
I'm with you. I will never leave the Google Suite. As
Ever.
much as, I mean, we try to, there is a place for it still. And I totally agree with that simplicity. And still just, I write everything down. So I love it. It's,
I almost use that as a tool, like tool number 5, pen and paper. I don't know if I can redact or go
honestly,
back, but
I think you're my 29th episode. And I would say more than half of people still have pen and paper or a like whiteboard or some sort of note taking physical element. So I love that.
I have all kinds of stuff. I'm
So
very forgetful.
I'm the note card person. Every morning each project gets its own note card and then,
That's like a physical manifestation of super cards, like in your house almost, right? Is that weird?
I never
Or-
thought about that, but I'm definitely gonna have to tell Steve that. I'll be like, is this where it came from? I don't know. It drives the whole team nuts. They laugh at me.
Don't let him do you like that. Tell Steve that if you want to have your own physical, real life super cards, that you're, by God, you can have them.
Right? Maybe they'll order them for me in hot pink.
Yeah, yes. You need some hot pink index cards. That is,
Yes.
that's how to do it.
I love that. All right. Before we wrap up, any parting thoughts or anything you want to share with our listeners about your tech stack, what you're working on?
How much time do we have? Three more hours. Parting thoughts, advice to listeners, tech stack. The HUB-O-Lution is still here. It's been here for 3 years. So if you're not paying attention, then I don't know where you've been for the last 3, maybe on like a mission trip or Peace Corps or whatever. But this is the way things are going now. I would say don't lose, in a world that demands growth and speed and all of this, don't
Hmm.
lose the ability and the curiosity to test. I feel like people do not test as much. They feel like they're more sure that something's going to work when the technology and processes are so new that they haven't really been tested or thought throughout. So I do both with testing tools that are in the same vein or ideas in the same vein. It's just specifically in demand and in kind of a creative role. Testing
Hmm.
messaging and testing ideas is something that you'll feel like you should get away from or don't have time for, but it's paramount.
Yeah, I like that. That's I feel like a lot of people, yes, just jump in and shiny new object, let's try this. This is especially with AI right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate your insights and looking forward to seeing your brand come to life and all of your
It's
videos are
very green.
amazing.
That's a hint.
I love it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's shuffle up and show me your tech stack, where every episode is a high stakes reveal of the tools that are aces in our guest book, where chips are down and digital decks are on the table. Are you ready for the best in class tech? Let's deal these cards and see what comes up. Who's ready to double down on digital innovation with me?